like to thank all of you for taking the time to attend the March Monthly Service here at Pearl Church. And thank you very much for your kind and sincere offerings. I'm sure God the Parent in Loyasama is really happy to see you all here today and to have performed the service with joy and in high spirits. Again, I'd like to welcome Bishop and Mrs. Ohana to Pearl Church. And welcome back our former Kaicho. Please listen intently as we deliver today's sermon.
今のところだけ日本語で、伝道長長先生と春江は小原奥様をパロールバレーの私たちのささやかな教会にお越しいただき、忙しいスケジュールの中を3月の月並祭にご参拝くださったことにお礼を申し上げたいと思います。またこの度桑切病院とリハビリ病院と合わせて4週間の病院生活の末、今日も元気に参拝くださってますパール前会長を歓迎したいと思います。
The title of today's sermon is Sprinkling the Fragrance of the Teachings, the fastest way to receive a blessing.
本日は、Nioigakeを通して最も早く手っ取り早くご指導いただける方法はNioigakeだということでお話を進めさせていただきたいと思います。
We are already in the third month of the 3 years, 1,000 days leading up to Loyasama's 140th anniversary. And we've been talking about the season to make resolutions of faith in response to Loyasama's parental love of shortening her term of life by 25 years in order to hasten our spiritual maturity. In instruction 4, we read, "Let us Yoboku proactively visit our churches, engage in hinokishin on a daily basis, and spread the fragrance of the teachings to others, starting with those around us, including our family members and co-workers. God the Parent will accept our true sincerity and provide free and unlimited workings accordingly."
離脱第4号6ページに次のように書かれています。養牧は進んで教会に足を運び、日頃からヒノキシンに励み、家庭や職場など身近なところからNioigakeを心がけようとあります。教会に参拝し、日常的にヒノキシンを参加することはそんなに難しいことではないと思うのですが、私たちの中にはそれをしてない人もいるかもしれません。もしそうなら、何か自分のできるヒノキシン、家庭でまた職場で日々に些細なことでもできることを心定めされたらいいと思います。
Visiting our churches and engaging in hinokishin on a daily basis is probably the easiest thing to do. Although for some of us, we may not even be doing that. If so, we should make resolutions that will fulfill those tasks. If we are already doing those things, then we should move on to the next challenge, which is to sprinkle the fragrance of the teachings to others, starting with those around us. But probably the most difficult of these acts of faith is to spread the fragrance of the teachings on a door-to-door basis to people who we do not know.
もうすでにヒノキシンなどをしているのであれば、次のチャレンジとして私たちが知らない人に教えを個別訪問で広めるということです。戸を叩いて歩くのはなぜ難しいでしょうか。どんな人がドアを開けて出てくるかわからないので勇気がいります。
Why is it difficult? It is because it takes a bit more effort. It takes a bit of courage because we don't know what kind of person will be answering the door. We feel we need to know what we're going to say, and we feel we need to be prepared for anything. This can make a person feel very anxious. The more anxious we feel, the more we don't want to go. It takes us out of our comfort zone, so to speak.
どんな人がドアから出て来られるのかわからないので勇気がいります。何を言おうかな、聞かれたら何て答えようかなと不安になればなるほど行きたくなくなります。それは 自分たちの力でやっていると思っているからです。
This is because we think we are doing this by ourselves, by our own power, when we are actually accompanying Oya-sama and acting as her hands and feet. When we really think about it, no one can really be prepared for every possible scenario. This is where we must rely on the ever-living Oya-sama, who is working day and night for world salvation. And this means that she is going out ahead of us when we do Nioigake, and that she will guide us in the right direction.
それは昼夜を問わず私たちのために働いてくださるご存命の親様に頼らなければならないところであります。これは私たちが匂いかけをするとき、親様のお供をさせていただいて、親様の手足となって歩かせていただいているとき、親様は私たちの前に出られて、私たちを正しい方向へ導いてくださっているのです。
This past Monday, March 6th, was the second mission headquarters Nioigake Day since the mission headquarters resumed the monthly Nioigake Day on February. The forecast called for heavy rain, and sure enough, it was raining from early in the morning before we departed for the mission headquarters. I was going to call mission headquarters to tell them that we should cancel due to the rainy weather. But I thought this was too easy just to stay home and felt there was no sincerity in taking this step. I told Taiko we should at least go to mission headquarters and see what situation presents itself. And lo and behold, when we reached the mission headquarters, it stopped raining for the most part, although we carried umbrellas just in case. We were each assigned a young mission headquarters staff, Senin Mitsuo for me and just Senin Ikuo for Taiko, and we went separate ways. Ikue, that's what I said. I said Ikuo. Ikue.
先週の月曜日3月6日は伝道庁の匂いがけの日でした。天気予報は大雨、そして案の定、伝道庁に向けて出発する前から雨が降っていました。私は電話をして雨天のためにキャンセルすべきだと伝えようとしていましたが、しかし雨を理由にするのはあまりにも安易すぎると思い、誠意がないと感じました。私は家内にせめて伝道庁に行って状況を見てみようということで、出かけることになりました。伝道庁に着くと雨は止んでいました。しかし念のため傘を持って行きました。私は伝道庁の若手のスタッフの青年三尾君と、家内は女子青年の郁恵さんと伝道庁周辺を歩かせていただくことになりました。
Our first house was the house next to Rainbow Holly, which belonged to we call her Mrs. J, the mother of our church member, Mr. R. I thought we should pay a visit since it's been a few months since I last saw her. And Mr. R didn't have a good relationship with his mother for a long time, and we lost contact with him for about a year or so. But to my pleasant surprise, Mr. R was there with his mother. He explained that he and his mother are now good, and he moved in to take care of her. It was a nice reunion, and we talked about old times as Mr. R served us some coffee, which was kind of unusual. After a few minutes, we went on to the next house. Mitsuo later said that he had no idea such people lived right next door to the mission headquarters.
私たちの最初の入った家はパールのメンバーである R さんの母親 J 夫人の住んでいる伝道庁の近くに住む、その隣の家へまず入りました。 R さんは母親と仲がうまくいかず約2年ほど連絡を絶っていました。しかし驚いたことに R さんは母親と一緒に家にいたんです。 R さんもその母親もとても元気でお母さんの世話をするために帰ってきたんだと話していました。素敵な再会で R さんはコーヒーを出してくれ、昔の話に花を咲かせていました。伝道町のすぐ隣にそのような人が住んでいたなどは知らなかったと三尾君は驚いていました。
Taiko was also walking along Pali Highway with Ikue when a young Caucasian man walking his dog walks toward her. It took a little courage for her to approach this young man who probably never heard of Tenrikyo, let alone talk about faith. However, she decided to introduce herself first and said, I'm introducing the teachings of Tenrikyo. And Taiko was so surprised when the man immediately replied, I know Tenrikyo. Then he said, I'm from Fresno. I'm a good friend of Milo from Fresno Church. Milo happens to be Setsumi's nephew. He said he moved here about 3 years ago.
家内も同じくパリハイウェイを郁恵さんと歩いていると、犬の散歩に歩いている白人の若い男性が向こうから歩いてきたのです。ここからは私の話なので、私の話としてお話しさせていただきますが、現在の若い者には信仰とか、ましてや天理教など聞いたこともないような人に声をかけるのはちょっと勇気がいりました。まず断られるだろうなと思ったのですが、とりあえず通りかかった人には声をかけさせてもらおうと思い切って、まず私の名前を紹介し、私は天理教の教えを紹介させてもらっているものですと言いました。するとその男性は、天理教知ってるよっていうことでびっくりしました。まずもう白人の若い、もうとってもハンサムな男性で、まさかと思ってびっくりしたんですが、続いて彼は、私はフレスノから来ました。フレスノ教会のマイロと仲のいい友達ですということです。マイロは節美さんの甥にあたる人で、彼は3年ほど前から伝道町の近くに引っ越してきて、ガールフレンドと住んでいるということです。
We don't know where or what kind of person we will encounter, but that's the exciting part. But we only sprinkle the fragrance of the teachings. In the Mikagurota, Psalm 7, firstly, a single word can be hinokushin. I simply sprinkle my fragrance around. This means, oh, what a precious gift. How thankful I am. I was saved by God the Parent, and now I want you to be saved too. Please listen to the words of God. This is what sprinkling the fragrance of the teachings is about. All of us, including Mitsuo and Ikue, experience amazing Nioigake Day, beginning with the stopping of the rain. When we are resolved and make a sincere effort, the ever-living Oya-sama is leading the way and guiding us. We don't need to be anxious. We don't need to worry.
どこでどのような人に出会うか分かりません。匂いばかりをかけておくという言葉があります。三神楽歌に七下り目一つ。一言話はヒノキシン、匂いばかりをかけておく。この注釈を読ませていただきますと、ありがたい。私は親神様に助けていただきました。嬉しいことです。あなたもどうか助かってください。どうぞ一言神様の話をお聞きください。親神様はありがたいですよというこれが匂いがけです。律夫君と郁恵さんを含む私たち全員が雨が止んだことから始まる素晴らしい匂いがけの一日を体験させてもらいました。覚悟を決めて真摯に取り組むとき、ご存命の親様が先導し導いてくださっています。心配する必要はありません。
After sprinkling the fragrance of the teachings that day, I felt energized and even more motivated to continue our mission. This Kaicho I got to do anyway. That in itself is a big blessing. This is a season. Now is a time. This is the quickest way to receive a blessing.
その日、匂いがけの後、私は活力を感じ、これこそ私たちと使命であり、さらに続けさせていただこうという意欲を感じました。今こそがその旬です。ご指導いただける近道なのです。パール教会ではこれより毎週月曜日朝9時から11時まで匂いがけに出させていただきたいと思います。皆様もどうぞご参加ください。月曜日にご用のある日は火曜日に変更させていただきます。 ご清聴ありがとうございました。
At Pearl Church, we'll begin sprinkling the fragrance of the teachings every Monday from 9 to 11. Please join us. We'll change it to Tuesday for weeks with scheduling conflicts. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Okay, the lecture on Instruction 4 by Church Headquarters Staff Reverend Tomoyuki Itakuro was successfully conducted last month on February 18th. I'd like to thank those of you who attended and helped in preparation and hinokshin related to the lecture and visit by Reverend Itakuro. I would like again to thank you all for your efforts on the path and your support of Pearl Church during these challenging times of the continuing pandemic. Thank you very much. The Hawaii Mission Headquarters has set up a fund for victims and survivors of this disaster at Syria and Turkey, the earthquake. And Tenrikyo Pearl Church will be contributing $500. Please contribute to the Tenrikyo Pearl Church to replenish this amount. Any amount over 500 will be forwarded to this disaster relief fund. Denlocho will be donating $5,000 to church headquarters and will be contributing to that fund. The Mission Headquarters monthly service will be held this coming Sunday on today's the 12th, so March 19th at 9 a.m. Same as last month, all invited to attend with face mask on. First, service performers must remove their mask while on the altar. The Boys and Girls Association will be conducting their day camp from 10:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 26th at the TCC. You must register to attend. This will be after your high school at the Mission Headquarters. The Pearl Church Mini Bazaar and Rummage Sale will be held on the first Sunday, in May 7th at 8 to 12 p.m. with preparation hinokshin on Friday and Saturday prior. Now we made an announcement, I'm going to the next one. We made an announcement a couple months ago that we'll be celebrating, observing our 90th anniversary and new head minister installation service next year in June. But our parent church, Reverend Motohiro Nakao, asked me to stay on until after the 140th anniversary of Osama. So we'll be postponing the new head minister installation service until after the 100th anniversary. So, but we will be observing our 90th anniversary next year in June during same day as our monthly service. So we'll announce further details to you. I just wanted to make that announcement. I'd like to thank everyone for attending today. Please join me in the closing prayer.